Khara Gaskamp. I will soon be 32 the end of this month. I was born in Paducah. We moved around a little bit when I was younger. I moved back to Paducah when I was 18 and when I moved out on my own, and had my daughter the year I turned 20. I've been here ever since, and I have two kids now. My son is 7 and my daughter's 12. I've never really looked at it as being in poverty necessarily. I've always considered myself working class just because I've always worked, and I'm sure that technically by the guidelines I've pretty much always been in poverty, but it doesn't seem that way. I mean, my family, even when we had money and when my mom had her good job in Louisville, we went to yard sales, we went to consignment stores. You know, we enjoyed things like that. We didn't have to then, but because we still did that then, it wasn't a huge change when we moved back here and had to do that. My mom ran a private prison when we lived up in Louisville, and she also had a part-time job counseling, so she made 6 digits. I mean, she made a lot of money, and so we had, everything we needed and a lot of what we wanted. Let's see, it was in 89. I was 7. I was 7. She remarried when I was 7. And he just wasn't a good person. And so none of us were really happy. I was maybe 10 or 11 when we left, and we drove back to Paducah, and my mom's family met us, and we stayed with them for a while. She did get a job down here, but the job market is not anything like Louisville, so her income dropped significantly. She ended up getting injured on the job in a car wreck. She was a home health worker, and a man ran a stoplight and T-boned her. So she was very lucky to even survive that, and it took a long time to get the workman's comp to kick in, and so that's when I started working and helping pay bills, and I was about 14 when I started that. So that helped alleviate the money trouble. I graduated high school at 16, and I just continued to work. When I turned 18, I moved to Paducah. My mom was still living in Murray at the time with my brother and sister, and I moved to Paducah because my aunt had been working at Western Baptist. She encouraged me to apply there. She thought I would enjoy it, and started working at the hospital at Western Baptist, and I loved it. Oh, I loved it. I did registration, and I worked in the ER. Actually, 2001 was when I had to quit. I had some complications with my pregnancy. So that's when I started drawing government assistance for the first time. I'm a very stubborn person, so I don't like asking for help. I knew that the program's there for a reason. Unfortunately, even now, it's harder for people to take advantage of it, but back then, the only people that I knew that drew assistance like that, they didn't work, they didn't want to work. That was their job, drawing state aid, finding, the next free thing. And I didn't want that association with myself. So I know my situation's unique. I know it is, and I am very grateful for my family and my friends. It could have been a lot worse.
And do you guys feel rich with your family? You want to talk about your family at all?
I feel normal because I love my mom. My mom takes care of me. I be a gentleman. I take care of her. I love my mom. I love my family. I love everyone in my family.